Hey guys, Josh here and welcome to the Just Joshin channel. This video is showing my stay at Defqon.1 2025 as a weekend warrior, while staying in the Highlands and showing what utilities and services they provide. Me and a friend took the shuttle bus from Dronton train station to the festival grounds. When we arrived, we walked towards the entrance of the festival. Security did random stop checks, but most people went straight through. At the main entrance, you scan your bracelet to gain entry. You do this going between the campgrounds and the festival also. At the edge of the campground's entrance, there are some food and drink stalls with some seating areas located here on the map. Heading into the campgrounds, you have normal campsites first, where people bring their own camping tents and gear. Near the normal campgrounds, you have the first aid area located with the red cross on the map. If you take the shuttle bus route and stay in the Highlands, be warned you're in for a long walk the first day to your TP. They're at the opposite ends of the grounds. As you arrive at the Highlands, you check in at the desk to either the left or the right. You'll be given your area wristband to identify which campground you're staying in. You also get told your TP number. Staff are on hand throughout the weekend to answer any questions you may have at these desks. To the left of the Highlands entrance tent, you have somewhere to get food and drinks from chicken nuggets to chocolate, lockers which you can pay for to lock possessions away, the toilets, and also seating areas with charging points built in, but be warned these charging points are slow. Best to bring a fully charged power bank with you. The festival and the campgrounds are very clean. They've got plenty of bins on site, which get emptied by staff regularly. We also have a recycling scheme in place, so when you first arrive at Defqon, you'll receive a recycle token. With that token, when you get your first purchase for a drink, either in the campgrounds or the festival, you redeem this token to get your beverage. Once you've emptied that beverage and you get a new one from the stall, You redeem your old cup to get the new one, and if you don't have your cup with you, or you've binned it or anything like that, then you've got to pay an extra fee because of the recycle token scheme, which saves on litter in the campgrounds or in the festival areas. In the campgrounds, you can take your empty beverage container to a recycle point, which where you can redeem it, recycle it there and get a token, so it saves you having to carry around an empty bottle or can or whatever it may be. It is located here on the map. Here are the toilet and showers, but a bit more on them later. When we arrived at our TP, we had been left Defqon merchandise to use and which we was allowed to take home with us after our stay. In our two-person TP, this included a double blow-up bed, 2 sleeping bags, 2 blanket hoodies and 1 large torch. Being from the UK and only travelling with a backpack, we didn't take everything but shipped some of it home from Amsterdam. We made friends with our native neighbours who were very welcoming, friendly and always giving positive vibes. In this area of the campgrounds before you enter the festival, there are a lot of variety of food trucks you can eat at. It wasn't the cheapest food ever, but the quality was definitely great. To buy things you get sent a bracelet before the festival. You can use the Defqon app or go to a top-up machine on site to add credit to your bracelet, rather than use cash or tokens which they used a few years ago.
They are Salakha.
Here is the Highlands toilets and showers area. Heading to the toilets first. The toilets in the campgrounds in the festival are very well maintained throughout the weekend. I've seen staff cleaning them many times. They close them off in sections to clean, but then reopen them once to clean and then move on to the next ones. The toilet roll is kept in the door, and the flusher is at the right foot height if you're looking towards the toilet. The queue for the toilets can be bad in the early mornings and late at night in the campgrounds. In the festival you'll always usually be waiting to go to the toilet. I had sun glare on my camera, but that blue thing is one of the communal watering holes they have in toilet areas to wash hands and to fill up water bottles. These are the tap stations, to brush your teeth, groom and to also fill up your water bottles. Past the hammock area there are multiple outside showers. The queue for those is a lot shorter than the normal showers, but the water is ice cold and would take a few minutes to get used to. These are the showers. The water is at a nice temperature but you can't adjust it. You have a cubicle with a lock in front of the shower where you can put your clothes and get dry. The showers are push tap and can't be left on. The queue for these in the mornings and late at night are terrible. I suggest going around 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. The queues are non-existent around then. Here are the charging stations. They are located to the left of the Highlands entrance here. Also in this area is the food and drink stall and toilets and lockers and seating areas which I talked about earlier. Here's a list of things I'd advise you bring with you. A water bottle, sun cream, a towel, earplugs, eye mask, small bag, locks for the front of your tent, power bank, plug/adapters. Me and my friend really did have a great time over the entire weekend. The whole situation at Defqon's great. The food, the music, the stages, the atmosphere, the vibes, everything is just down to a T perfect. Like nothing will compare to a Defqon.1 experience. Before going this year, I was looking for videos on YouTube to see what the festival in the campgrounds was like, but I didn't have much luck. I hope this video helps and lets people know what to expect. Thank you for watching.